In this video, we're going to start by creating our background and the set or the scene for our animation. Okay, so this is kind of the default layout. Just go into the rocks and boulders 2 and then the demo scene. And we're going to load up this test scene. So just double click on it to load it up. And there it is. To actually view something in the scene view, just double click maybe on any of the rocks. Okay, and it takes you to where they are. So this is great because obviously we have all the rocks that we need already loaded up in our scene. What I quite like about this is that it's also got a really nice kind of colour going on with it already, simply because they've put in a couple of lights. The thing that we don't need is this background, this kind of box. Okay, so there's the box. So what we're going to do first of all is we're just going to delete that. Okay, we're just interested in these rocks for now. And the directional lights are here. So as you can see, if I click on this directional light, in fact if I double click on it, you can see that it's located there. And it's this blue colour coming directly in from the left. Sorry, directly in from the right. And it's giving it such a nice kind of quality. Now these directional lights, whenever you put them in, it really doesn't matter where you move them to. So I can move it up, down, wherever, I can move it left, right. It has no effect on the scene. The only thing that has an effect is if you rotate one of these lights. The other directional light, which is pointing sort of in the other direction, is just a simple white colour. Okay, so it is really nice. And we're going to be using these in order to create the backgrounds. Okay, so first of all, let's just switch off anything that is not one of these large rocks. So I can see straight away that this rock 6C is actually quite small. So I'm going to come over here to the inspector, and this little checkbox, I'm just going to click that. It switches it off. It actually becomes grey in the hierarchy. Okay, so let's just click through these. That one's a small one, switch it off. That one's a small one, switch it off. That one's a big one, smallish, could switch that one off. That one's pretty good. Small, switch it off. Very small, switch it off. Big, small. This one I'll actually keep. This one's okay. So now what we can see is that we've got some that are grayed out and some that are highlighted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Game Object at the top and click Create Empty. Okay, this is the same as actually creating a folder to put something in. So I'm going to call this Big Rocks. Make sure that you press Enter in order to change the name. And then I'm going to click on rock 2 and I'm going to hold Control as I click on the other highlighted rocks. And then I'm just simply going to click and drag so that it comes down to Big Rocks. Okay. Looks like we've also got something there if I just switch that off. Okay. We've also got a scene going on there by the look of it. Okay. Those ones, yeah, we're probably not going to use those ones. So let's just delete that where it says rocks. Okay, so big rocks are just those ones. Now I can actually switch all of those off at the same time just by clicking this checkbox. So that's the great thing about putting certain objects inside of these folders. We can actually switch them on or off, and it keeps your hierarchy nice and organized. Great. Okay, so from now on, we're going to be doing modeling, or laying out the scene, which means that we need to change our layout. So under Window and Layouts, let's choose Modeling Layout 1. Okay, now if it looks like everything's disappeared, it hasn't. It just refocuses on a random point of the canvas. So in your hierarchy, click the little triangle, Big Rocks, let's just double click on one of the rocks, and there they are. Okay. So what we're going to do, we want to create kind of a cliff face. But we don't want it just to be sort of in a straight line. We want it to be kind of a curved cliff face. Okay, so that is what we're going to be doing in the next video.